Hi everyone, Victor is here. Today I'd like to draw a horse in this large sketchbook. This is an A4 format sketchbook. I used in the past this A5 format sketchbook from Hahnemuhle. It has quite a thick paper, 140 GSM. It's for drawing, but I used it also for watercolor and it worked fine. What I noticed when I was drawing with a colored pencil is that the color from one page would smear on the other page. So I decided to draw only on one page and the other one to leave white, or to draw with black and white. That wouldn't affect if some color would smear from the other page. So this sketchbook is very versatile. I worked with many medium. This one is larger, so I started with some collages and some drawings with my daughter, and I tried to fill in. It's quite daunting to fill such a sketchbook being A4 format, so on double page spread it's actually an A3 format sketchbook. It has this bookmark, so I used for mixed media, collage, drawing, colored pencils. It's very suitable for colored pencils, collage. Again, here I began another drawing, graphite pencil. In order to protect the graphite pencil drawing, I'm using either tracing paper or this is baking household paper. It's smooth and the pencil doesn't transfer or on this thin paper. So I'm using this. I don't use fixative in Sketchbook. I think when using fixative the page goes yellow. So the tone of this paper is a bit yellowish, as you can see. Let's compare. This is more white paper. So as you can see, the tone of the paper is a bit yellowish. So let's dive in. I'll be using today these colored pencils. There are a lot of colors here from Cretacolor, Karmina. They are a bit thicker than other pencils. The names of the colors are on the pencils, which I like. Also there is a number. You can buy them individually or in a set. I bought them in a set in a metallic tin. So let's choose some appropriate colors for this drawing of a horse. This orange I'll be using. This is tan light, green, Naples yellow, ochre light. Also, I think blues I will not use. I'll draw only the horse, not the background. Ultramarine, moss green light, moss green dark. Other colors, madder carmine, I might use this. This is chestnut brown, definitely I'll use. There is some brown hue in the color of the horse, amber. for shades and other darker parts. Magenta, cadmium, citron, violet, light blue, not, permanent red dark. Let's see what can I do with this. Permanent white, Prussian blue, no, dark gray, maybe, dark gray, light gray, no, and permanent red light, and this is black, ivory black. Let's start. I think I'll outline the horse with this, let's say, with this ochre light. This is ochre light, and I'll just outline the basic shapes. So there is the horse on this picture. I took this picture 1 year ago. I was in the countryside in the mountains, so it's on a slope, it's on a hill, so I need to make this horse also with some inclination. So this is like a barrel, the largest shape. Then here is his chest, I believe, the rear part. So I'm using this oval or rounded shapes to outline the basic form or the basic shapes of the horse. Then the head has somehow the shape of a pyramid, I think. Then this the neck here, front legs. So being on a slope, I'm marking this lines, adding rear legs. There are some cylinders, I think cylinders they are called, the legs. Here also is a slant or a slope like this. The muscles of the horse help to find the reference much easier. Here are some chest muscles, very prominent. The ears. Let me switch to other pencil, this permanent red light, and make some bolder statements once I have the confidence that the shape is near to the what I see. I'm outlining now more boldly and more confidently the shape of the horse to see much clearer where to put the details and other anatomical parts of the horse. The eyes, here I can see only one eye, the other one is the other side. This is a 3/4 view, I think. You can see only 3/4 of the face of the horse. Here also I can add more bold lines. The front legs, the cylinders of the legs. Here is thinner, as the leg goes down is thinner. The hoof, it's in the grass, I cannot see it very clearly. Here I think it's this distance between the leg, so I did a mistake here, but I can correct. That's why if you use light pencil marks at the beginning, then you can amend that part. Also you can use graphite pencil for beginning, light color, HB, and other HB, H, or 2B or 3B. If you press lightly, you can you can do the structure without making very hard dark lines. But the fun part with these colored pencils is you can color in and do the drawing at the same time. Here it's a white mark on the head of the horse. Will leave the white of the paper, will not color in. Now I think with this yellow ochre light I might do some drawing or blocking in some color where the highlights of the horse are, just to make more clear the structure of the horse. Then I'll add darker colors. Let's use this orange, is also very interesting. The horse might not have these colors, but you can color in as you want, or as you might see it. Let's sharpen this pencil. I use metallic sharpeners because they don't break the lid of the colored pencils, because they are softer than graphite pencils. The plastic ones I find they break the lid of the pencils. I like to draw with sharpened pencils. You can hatch and make thinner lines. Also, you can make darker color if you use a sharpened one, because a sharpened pencils will enter the tooth of the paper. So this orange will be the base color. I'm hatching with these vertical lines, almost vertical, though they are a bit have a semicircular shape. But this is a way of doing expressionistic, like an expressionistic painting with brush strokes. Only in this case we don't have a brush, but a pencil, which is much more convenient. You don't need to clean your brush, to use solvent. Just apply the pencil. Now this horse begins to have a shape. If I press harder, the lines will be thicker. If I press lighter and with vertical point on the paper, it will be thinner. Now let's introduce other colors. This one, Madder Carmine, for the shady parts of the horse. This is really warm color, and quite dark, so I'm adding in the parts of dark skin of the horse. The legs seem to be darker, almost black. So I'm adding in random parts as I feel it's harmonious, but at the same time trying to do the darker parts, to darken and to do the depth of the drawing. Now it's cross hatching, adding other layer of parallel lines on top of already laid layer. Let's add the other color. This chestnut brown seems very close to the color of the horse. Adding the hair of the horse with hatching the hair with this black pencil. It's very effective to do the hair if you sharpen well the pencil, because the hair have very thin lines, and making this compact patches of hair. It's all over the head. Also the tail can be seen between the rear legs, and making contrasting the behind leg. It's in the shade, I'm blocking in with solid black. These pencils are very good to mix and make successive layers. They mix well with the underlying drawing. So I'm darkening and making the shape of most obvious muscles to make them stand out. The nostrils, here the mouth, and here this patch of white to make this stand out. Also I am darkening this part, the ears, also making them dark. They're very dark. This is umber. It can be used to make these neutral colors, and when you add on top of lighter color, they mix well. Here also cross-hatching with this circular motion, making the shape of the torso or this main part of the body, and to indicate its circular shape. The fur of the horse is very short, so it's not so obvious. At this scale it can be ignored. It's not a very detailed drawing, it's just a sketch. The legs on the rear part are really dark, almost black, so I'll block in these parts. Actually, the rear part of the legs are quite black, so I'll do them black. The hoofs are of gray color, so pressing lightly I'm doing the hoofs. So adding more layers. This cross-hatching makes the drawing more interesting. Adds texture and dynamism. Everything moves, like these hairs. Pressing harder and to add more depth. The hair is actually covering the eyes of the horse. I think I'll add some grass beneath the horse to indicate some context. So I'm mixing these three greens and making some patches of green right beneath the horse. I'm using this moss green, grass green, and moss green light. So I'm hatching with these short strokes, adding patches of grass. It's a slope, making a bit of inclination of the ground. adding darker blades of grass to make some shadow parts right beneath the hoofs. The hoofs are covered with blades of grass. So the horse is now grounded. Sometimes adding a bit of ground make the subject to be grounded and not have the feeling that it's floating in the air. So this drawing is a simplified illustration with less possible background, focusing just on the subject. I think this is all that I'll do today for this sketch. Thank you for watching. Bye!